Welcome back, everybody. Today we're going to be talking about weight management and
Oh, yeah.
so much more than just fitting into our old jeans.
It really is. You're so right. It's really a transformation that can impact our self-esteem and our energy levels, mental health even,
Oh,
passenger
absolutely.
health risks.
It's true. There's just so much information out there about weight loss, though.
Ah,
It's hard to know where to even begin. And, a lot of that advice is about restrictive diets and
I know.
quick fixes that
Yes.
we both know are not sustainable
Right.
and often do more harm than good.
Exactly. I think, a lot of people have experienced that frustration of yo-yo dieting and those extreme measures.
Huh.
They're just not sustainable, and
Right.
they can lead to nutrient deficiencies and ultimately rebound weight gain.
Yeah.
It's interesting because our bodies are actually remarkably adaptable.
Yeah.
So when we severely restrict calories, our metabolism actually slows down to conserve energy,
Oh, yeah.
which is a survival mechanism that worked great for our ancestors, but it makes it much harder to lose weight in the long run.
Yeah, so instead of these drastic diets then, what does a healthy and sustainable approach to weight management look like?
Well, it really starts with shifting our focus away from those quick fixes
Okay.
and embracing a lifestyle that really prioritizes both our physical and our mental well-being.
Okay.
So that means finding, enjoyable ways to incorporate nutritious foods
Yeah.
into our daily routine
Okay.
and finding ways to move our bodies that we actually enjoy.
I love that. So instead of viewing, healthy eating as a chore or as a punishment,
Right.
it's about finding joy in nourishing our bodies.
Exactly.
What are some simple changes that people can make to their eating habits that can have big impact over time?
Well, one of the most effective strategies is portion control
Okay.
because studies have shown that people consistently underestimate how much they're actually eating.
Oh, really?
So something as simple as using smaller plates can help you reduce your calorie intake without feeling deprived.
Well, that's a good tip. I know I'm guilty of piling food onto my plate,
Yeah.
especially when I'm hungry.
Another easy change is focusing on staying hydrated throughout the day,
Oh, yeah.
because oftentimes we mistake thirst for hunger
That's true.
and we reach for a snack
Mhm.
when our body is actually craving water.
I can definitely relate to that.
Big-
Sometimes I realize I'm actually thirsty and not hungry
Yes.
after I've already mindlessly snacked.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Another key element is mindful eating,
Okay.
and that's about slowing down and savoring each bite
Okay.
and really paying attention to the flavors and the textures of your food.
Hmm.
And this can help you feel more satisfied
Right.
with smaller portions
Okay.
and prevent overeating.
That makes sense. So much of our eating is done on autopilot these days.
Yeah.
We're distracted by our phones or TV and not fully present with our meals.
You're so right.
Yeah.
And when we eat mindfully,
Hmm.
we're also more likely to recognize our body's natural hunger and fullness cues, which can help us regulate our food intake more effectively.
So it's not about deprivation or strict rules,
Right.
but making these small conscious choices
Yeah,
that add up to a healthier lifestyle.
exactly. It's about making gradual, sustainable changes that fit into your life,
Yes.
not the other way around.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And we can't forget about the mental aspect of weight management.
Mm-hmm.
It's just as important as those physical changes we make.
Absolutely. This is where self-compassion comes in.
Okay.
Because so often we're our own worst critics.
Oh, yeah.
We set these unrealistic expectations
Yeah.
and then beat ourselves up when we don't meet them.
Hmm.
And it's this vicious cycle that can really sabotage our efforts.
I think so many people can relate to that feeling of guilt and disappointment
Yeah,
when they slip up or don't see results fast enough.
absolutely.
Okay.
The key is to shift our focus from perfection to progress.
Okay.
So instead of dwelling on mistakes,
Yeah.
we can view them as learning opportunities.
Okay.
And instead of getting discouraged, we can celebrate those small victories along the way.
That's a great reminder. It's about focusing on the positive and acknowledging how far we've come.
Exactly. And remember, you don't have to do this alone.
Oh, that's good.
There are so many resources available to support you,
Okay.
from books and websites to apps and support groups.
Yeah.
In fact, Ann Corden's ebook, The Weight of Change, is a fantastic resource for anyone looking to really explore the psychological and emotional aspects of this journey.
Yeah.
She offers practical tips and inspiring stories that can really help you shift your mindset
Oh, wow.
and create lasting change.
That's great advice.
Yeah.
I know a lot of our listeners are always looking for those reliable resources. I think we've covered a lot of ground already today.
We have.
Maybe we can pause here
Yeah.
and pick this conversation back up in our next episode.
I think that's a great idea. Next time we can talk more about those long-term benefits of a holistic approach to weight management
Okay,
and how it can truly transform your life.
that sounds great. Until next time, be kind to yourselves
Yes.
and celebrate those small wins. Welcome back. Last time we were talking about how a holistic approach to weight management can be so much more effective than those quick fixes we see everywhere.
Absolutely. And we were talking about how important it is to prioritize
Right.
both our physical and our mental well-being for that sustainable change.
Yeah, it really resonated with me when you talked about how our bodies respond to extreme calorie restriction.
Yeah. Yeah.
That survival mechanism makes so much sense,
Right.
but it also makes those crash diets so counterproductive.
Exactly. It's like our bodies are working against us
Right.
when we try to force rapid weight loss. But when we shift our focus to making those gradual, sustainable changes,
Yeah.
our bodies can adapt and find a new equilibrium.
So how do we actually make those changes stick, though? It's easy to get excited about a new diet or exercise plan,
Right.
but the real challenge is maintaining those healthy habits over time.
One key is to find activities you genuinely enjoy. So if you hate running, don't force yourself to run. There are so many other ways to move your body. Maybe you enjoy dancing, swimming, hiking, biking.
Yeah.
Experiment and find what brings you joy.
That's such a great point. It shouldn't feel like a chore. What about the food side of things? Are there any specific strategies you recommend for making healthier choices more consistently?
One strategy that can be incredibly helpful is meal planning.
Okay.
So taking some time each week to plan out your meals can make a huge difference.
Okay.
It not only helps you make healthier choices,
Okay.
but it can also save you time and money.
Yeah. I can see how meal planning would reduce those impulse decisions, you know, when you're hungry and pressed for time.
Right.
I'm also curious about how we can incorporate more nutrient-rich foods into our diets without feeling like we're constantly on a restrictive diet.
Instead of focusing on what you can't have,
Okay.
try shifting your attention to all the delicious and nutritious foods that you can enjoy.
Okay.
So fill your plate with colorful fruits and vegetables. Experiment with different whole grains. Explore new sources of lean protein.
So it's more about adding good things in than taking things away.
Precisely.
Okay.
It's about creating a balanced and enjoyable way of eating that supports your overall well-being. And don't forget about those healthy fats.
Oh, yeah.
Foods like avocados, nuts, and olive oil are not only good for you,
Yeah.
but they can also help you feel more satisfied and keep those cravings at bay.
Speaking of cravings, those can be a real challenge when you're trying to make healthier choices.
Right.
What are your thoughts on handling those moments when you just really want that piece of cake or bag of chips?
Well, it's important to acknowledge that cravings are normal.
Yeah.
Trying to suppress them completely can often backfire.
Oh,
Instead of viewing certain foods as off limits,
yeah.
allow yourself to enjoy them in moderation.
So it's about finding a balance, not depriving yourself.
Exactly. And remember, one slip-up doesn't derail your entire progress.
Right.
The key is to learn from those moments
Mm-hmm.
and move forward without judgment.
That's so important.
Yeah.
So easy to get caught up in that all or nothing thinking,
Yes.
but it's those consistent efforts over time that make the real difference.
And as you make those changes, don't forget to celebrate your wins.
Oh, I like that.
Acknowledging your progress, no matter how small,
Yeah.
helps reinforce those positive behaviors and keeps you motivated.
I love that. It's like giving yourself credit for all the hard work you're putting in.
Exactly.
I'm also thinking about how all these changes we've been talking about can have such a ripple effect on other areas of our lives.
Right.
It's not just about the number on the scale.
Yeah.
It's about how we feel, how we sleep, how we think, and how we showed up in the world.
You're absolutely right. It's
Yeah.
about feeling more energized, more
Yeah.
confident, and more empowered.
Yeah.
It's about improving our overall health and well-being, which in turn allows us to live a richer and more fulfilling life.
This has been such an eye-opening conversation.
Yeah.
I'm feeling so much more informed and empowered about this whole journey.
I'm so glad to hear that. It's a journey that's well worth taking.
I think we've covered a lot of ground in this episode.
We have.
Should we pause here and pick up the conversation in part 3?
That sounds like a good plan. Next time we can explore some of those long-term benefits you just mentioned
Okay.
and how this holistic approach can lead to a happier, healthier, and more fulfilling life.
Perfect. I'm looking forward to it. Until next time, keep making those positive changes
Yes.
and celebrate your wins along the way. Welcome back to the Health and Wealth Transformation Podcast. We're on part 3 of our conversation on weight management.
It's great to be back. We've talked about a lot so far, debunking those quick fix myths
Uh,
and exploring sustainable strategies for nourishing both our bodies and minds.
yeah, it's been so refreshing to move beyond, that traditional weight loss narrative
Right.
and focus on those holistic approaches that lead to lasting change.
Yeah, I completely agree. And it's exciting to think about the ripple effects those healthy choices have on so many aspects of our lives.
That's exactly what I wanted to talk about today. We've touched on this idea of a ripple effect, but I'd love to hear you expand on the long-term benefits of embracing this holistic approach.
Yeah.
What are some of the rewards people can expect beyond just weight loss?
Well, one of the most noticeable benefits is increased energy.
Okay.
When you fuel your body with nutritious foods and you move your body regularly,
Yeah.
you're essentially optimizing your body's energy production system.
Okay.
Think of it like giving your car premium fuel
Oh, like that.
for peak performance.
Yeah, that's a great analogy and
Yeah.
makes so much sense. When we're not bogged down by processed foods and sedentary habits,
Right.
we have more energy to do the things that we love.
Exactly. Another significant benefit is improved mood.
Okay.
Studies have shown that regular exercise,
Yeah.
even as little as 10 minutes of brisk walking,
Wow.
can increase serotonin levels in the brain, leading to a noticeable mood boost and reducing feelings of anxiety and stress.
Okay.
Combine that with a diet rich in mood-boosting nutrients like omega-3 fatty acids, and you're really setting yourself up for greater emotional well-being.
I've definitely noticed a correlation between how I'm feeling emotionally and how I'm treating my body. When I'm eating well and exercising, I just feel more balanced and resilient.
It's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
How interconnected our physical and mental states truly are. And speaking of interconnectedness,
Mm-hmm.
we can't forget about the impact of a holistic approach on our sleep.
Oh, yeah.
When we prioritize both our physical and mental well-being,
Yeah.
we tend to sleep more soundly and
Okay.
wake up feeling more rested and refreshed.
That's huge.
Yeah.
So much of our overall health and well-being depends on getting quality sleep.
Oh,
It
absolutely.
impacts everything, from our mood and energy levels
Correct.
to our cognitive function and our immune system.
Exactly. It's really a foundational pillar of health. And the benefits don't stop there.
Oh, wow.
We're also talking about improved self-esteem, increased confidence, and a greater sense of empowerment.
Okay.
When we take care of ourselves, we're sending a powerful message to ourselves and to the world that we're worthy of that care and attention.
It's almost like we're reclaiming our health and well-being
Yeah,
and taking back control of our lives.
that's a great way to put it. And of course, there are the long-term health benefits as well.
Right.
By making healthy choices.
Mhm.
We're reducing our risk of chronic diseases like heart disease, type 2 diabetes, and some types of cancer.
Wow.
We're boosting our immune system and increasing our chances of living a longer, healthier life.
It's like we're investing in our future selves.
Yeah.
These benefits go far beyond just fitting into a smaller size. It's about creating a life that feels good on every level.
That's the essence of this holistic approach. It's about recognizing that our health is multifaceted and interconnected.
Yeah.
It's about nourishing our bodies, our minds, and our spirits so
Mhm.
we can live our best lives.
After these past 3 episodes, I'm feeling so inspired to continue on this journey.
Oh, good.
It's been so eye-opening and empowering to really understand what it means to take a holistic approach to weight management.
I'm so glad to hear that. It's a journey that's both challenging and rewarding. Just remember to be patient with yourself, celebrate your progress, and never underestimate the power of those small, consistent efforts.
That's such great advice. And to our listeners, thank you so much for joining us for this 3-part series. We hope you found it informative and inspiring. Remember, you don't have to do this alone. There are so many resources available to support you, including Ann Corbin's ebook, The Weight of Change. And of course, we're always here to offer encouragement and support along the way. Until next time, keep taking care of yourselves.